PMA result came out a few minutes ago. The DMO sold all that was offered. The rates remained the same, apart from the 182 days that was increased from 13.1 to 13.5. But all in all, expectations were met at the market.
So I was just going to ask you that, I mean, for the rates, the stop rates that we saw, was the market expecting something a little higher?
Yeah, market, well, no, I wouldn't say market was expecting something a little higher. We all expected that, at best, that the CBN will maintain the rate, and then for one out of the three rates to be maintained, then it means that everything was just the same way we planned. Okay,
talk to us about overall market performance today at the bond market.
Yeah, bond market has generally been quiet. The calendar came out last week, and then from all indication, all we were expecting, 150 billion was in offer. This was 35 billion higher than what was offered at the last auction, which was 115 billion. The result is not out yet. Market has factored in the overall outcome of the result.
Well, talk to us about the yield curve in terms of where investors are going to be taking position and how they're going to be playing the market for the rest of the week.
Okay, well, for the rest of the week, we expect that the market will continue to be quiet. We expect that the yields will be above 15.5 levels. I do not think that we see anything around 16 levels. But however, what is important for us to note is that the outcome of this auction will determine what will happen in the market going forward.
What are your expectations then? I mean, what scenario is the market thinking about in terms of how the outcome could be and how it could affect trading going forward?
Well, for now, the market, there's a lot going on in the market, especially with the socio-political uncertainties, the election, all these factors we play in. For the traders, we feel that everybody is just sitting on the fence, and we feel that the results will really give us a clear-cut picture of what will happen in the coming days and weeks.
Okay. Well, speaking about the coming days and weeks, should we also expect more aggressive mop-ups on the part of the CBN? I understand there was an OMO auction yesterday. The CBN sold 78 billion after offering 130 billion.
Yes, CBN has actually been mopping up. We don't see that easy enough. There were coupon payments as well as a FAQ that came in this week. And so the system is quite liquid, and we expect that CBN will continue to mop up for the rest of the week.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on the government's borrowing strategy. Sometime last year, in the first quarter of last year, there was a plan to pull back on the domestic market, this domestic borrowing, and give more allowance for private private sector borrowing. But I mean, just looking at what the DMO is offering, for January, 150 billion. I'm just wondering, has that taken us back to square one in terms of the amount of domestic borrowing on the part of the federal government?
I think the government is looking to borrow more. If you look at what is being offered, vis-a-vis what had been offered in the previous auction, you see that government clearly wants to borrow more. However, we need to also know that most of the factors that will also affect government borrowing, it's all the indices that will affect government borrowing are still there. You look at the minimum wage that has just been passed. You look at some of the infrastructural development that government is looking to go into. All these are an indication that government will be looking to borrow more, especially on the local side this year.
Okay. I know that obviously that will be a big concern for the MPC, the CBN. I mean, talking about inflationary pressures. What are your thoughts in terms of when the dust settles after the elections, the kind of comments that we could see or hear coming out of the MPC as regards how they're going to tackle that expected liquidity coming into the system if we do see, of course, the minimum wage and, of course, that impacting on liquidity on the system?
Yes, you know, the minimum wage issue is something that the MPC is going to look at, you know, critically. Also the liquidity, and then of course you know that CBN is also very keen on maintaining the exchange rate. So those factors, as well as the inflation, you know, those are the things that will affect the next MPC meeting as regards the decision. Looking at the election proper, at the end of the election, we obviously will see that there are so many of the foreign investors who are looking to come in. Everybody just sitting on the fence. And once the election is over, we see inflows of FBIs coming in, and CBN will take all that into consideration, especially as regard the exchange rate management.